Today on the Stay at Home Chef, I'm showing you how to make old-fashioned lemon cream pie. This one is full of real lemon flavor. We've got a lemon custard topped with a stabilized whipped cream. You are going to love it. To start, you'll need one prepared baked pie crust. I'm using a traditional pie crust. You could also use graham cracker, but in our testing, we found that the graham cracker crust is a little too sweet. Next, you'll need to separate out 3 eggs so that you can get 3 egg yolks. And this seems a little bit backwards because I'm putting the whites in the small bowl so that I can save the bigger bowl because we're going to temper our yolks in it later. Once you have all 3 egg yolks, set them aside. The egg whites we're not going to use today, so you can save them for later or make an egg white omelet. Next, we need to zest 1 lemon. You'll need 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. You'll also need half of a cup of lemon juice, and I like mine freshly squeezed. Once you have all of these ingredients prepped, it's time to head on over to the stove. For the lemon custard, you'll need 3/4 of a cup of sugar, along with 1/3 cup of cornstarch, which will be our thickening agent. And you just want to put that in a saucepan and whisk it together real quick. Then pour in 1 cup of milk, and I'm using 2%, along with 1 cup of heavy cream, your half a cup of lemon juice, and your tablespoon of lemon zest. Then we'll get this heating over medium heat. You want to whisk it constantly, scraping the sides and bottoms so that nothing catches and burns. Then right before it comes to a simmer, it'll thicken up. Once it thickens up a little bit, you'll pour a little in with your egg yolks, just a bit, and whisk that in real quick. You want to work fast on this. And then pour this back in with your custard. You have to kind of work quickly with this so that you don't get any little chunks of egg, but whisk it in and let this cook for about 2 minutes. Then we'll remove it from the heat and stir in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and 2 tablespoons of butter. And you want to stir this in, scraping the sides and bottom until the butter is melted. Then we'll pour this into our completely cooled pie crust. If your pie crust is warm, for some reason, it gets a little bit soggy on the bottom. This pie will need to cool completely before you put whipped cream on top. Now we're gonna make a stabilized whipped cream so that it doesn't collapse on itself, after like an hour, so that this pie will stay good in the fridge for a few days. We're gonna use gelatin to stabilize our whipped cream. So you'll need 3 tablespoons of cold water in a bowl, and you'll wanna sprinkle about a teaspoon of gelatin over that. This is unflavored gelatin. Usually is sold in these little envelopes, so you just want to sprinkle it over the top of that cold water. And no, it doesn't smell very good, but don't worry, you won't be able to taste it in the whipped cream at all. You'll want to let this sit for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you can see it gets all thick and congealed. Then you'll pop this into the microwave for about 10 seconds until it's all liquefied like so. Keep that gelatin to the side for a second. We're gonna whip 1 cup of heavy cream with a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can use either a hand mixer or a stand mixer, but it'll take a few minutes for this to whip. Once it just starts to thicken up, I like to slowly add in my sweetener, which is 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. Keep on whipping, and once you get soft peaks or little designs in the whipped cream, you'll want to slowly pour in that gelatin and water mixture and get it mixed in with your cream. Keep on whipping until stiff peaks form, which means that when you pull it up like this, these little peaks don't collapse on themselves. You can either transfer your whipped cream to a piping bag to pipe it in little swirly designs on top of your pie, or just do it the lazy man's way and spread it on top. Either way, it'll taste good. And even though it has gelatin in it, this whipped cream still tastes amazing. I'm gonna go for the piped swirl effect. You just wanna make sure that this pie is completely cool before you put that whipped cream on there, otherwise it's gonna melt. And that's it, you're ready to slice and serve. Thanks for watching. You can find the full written recipe in the video description. Be sure to subscribe, like, and follow, and check out the rest of my videos where you can find hundreds of restaurant quality recipes you can easily make at home. See you later.